Hello, Mustang basketball fans, and welcome to this week's edition of Mustang Basketball with Brad Bigler. I'm your host, Kelly Loft, here at Studio One, Marshall Local Cable Access, and online at smsumustangs.com. We're going to talk Mustang basketball with the head coach as the Mustangs come off a nice road sweep up in the state of North Dakota. The Mustangs beat the University of Mary and then beat Minot State last Friday and Saturday night. So we're going to take a look at those highlights here later on in the show. But right now we bring in the coach, and the Mustangs did what you had to do, Coach. It's not easy to play on the road, especially a longer trip that we had to go up to North Dakota. Last year we split these two games, lost to Mary, beat Minot on a last-second shot. But this year, not a lot easier, but not the last-second wins, but still great to get those victories and move to 8-3 on the season.
Yeah, going into the weekend, I thought realistically, if we went 1-1, that'd have been a good weekend. And both those teams have a lot of talent, and that travel and all the other situations, circumstances. But I thought our guys really finished well this weekend. That last 10 minutes of both games, they made plays. Our point guards really, especially late in shot clocks, late in the games, did what they're supposed to do, and they made some plays not only by scoring the basketball, but also getting others involved.
And a key to the two victories as well was turnovers. Now, you had 13 against UMary, just 8 against Minot State. But if you're going to have turnovers, you just don't want to give up free points off turnovers. If it's an illegal screen or a charge, you're not happy with them, but they're acceptable. And I think that really was a key. You did not give up the 20-plus points like you did against Upper Iowa on points off turnovers.
Yeah, and we've talked a lot about it. It's not the turnovers, but it is what type of turnovers you get. When you get those turnovers that lead, I call them touchdowns. Turnovers or touchdowns, that you're going to get in trouble. Those are hard to come back from. It's a momentum play, and fortunately for us, we limited those this weekend.
Well, the Mustangs beat UMary last Friday, 84-72. The Mustangs shoot a season-high 65% from the field and 14 of 23 from three-point range. Pretty amazing numbers. The next night, the Mustangs complete the weekend sweep, beat Minot State 91-81. Southwest shoots 45% in the second half. And then, Coach, I'm not sure we could do this without anybody guarding. Mustangs shoot 80%, 16 of 20 from the field in that second half, and you score 53 points. And, you had to get all those shots made because Minot played very well as well.
Yeah, and both teams scored with us this weekend. As well as our defense was, probably as bad as as well as our offense was playing, our defense kind of flipped it the other way. We were struggling a little bit. But offensively, guys were efficient. They're moving the basketball, making the easy play, and knocking down three-point shots. It's nice to see Joey Bartlett get it going again, and Cole Martin had a good rhythm this weekend. Again, I take a lot of it back to our point guard play, though. Both Drew and MJ did a great job of getting paint touches, finding shooters, running the offense, and really allowing us to get in a great rhythm.
Yeah, Friday night, 24 points for Joey Bartlett, 8 of 12 from the field. He was 6 of 8 from a three-point range, 14 points from Cole Martin. The next night, great to see that depth again, 22 points for Mitch Wegg. That's a career high for the sophomore. He also was perfect, 12 of 12 from the line. And it's great to see for Mitch because he's a guy that's going to get fouled, and he'll make teams pay if they send him to the free throw line. And not only is he tough enough to get the and ones, but he can make those free throws as well.
Yeah, I was joking that first half. We had a coaches meeting at halftime. We're like, if Mitch can make a shot, we might have a chance to win this game. And so then he comes out in the second half. I don't think he missed a shot, didn't miss a free throw, and had an outstanding performance. But yeah, he is. He's a guy when him and Carter, and then obviously Joey will run some plays for Joey in the block. But when Carter and Mitch are scoring in a one-on-one setting, it makes us a lot more difficult to guard.
And I tell you what, you see the depth so far this year. You're playing with an injury now to Sean Condon, playing about 9 to 10 guys. That's about all you can do on the roster right now. But a lot of guys are, we've got, I think it was 9 guys averaging 6 points or more through 11 games this season.
And guys are playing well. They're playing to their strengths. I use Travis Miners as a perfect example. He comes in, and he's that shooter right now that you're going to have to guard. He's shooting at a good percentage because he's taking kick-out threes, and he's getting some handoffs, and he's shooting wide-open shots. And he's also playing great defense. And he's coming in, he's playing that 20 minutes, and he's maximizing that 20 minutes.
And just some of the numbers, and when you shoot 59% and 65%, you won't get many opportunities for the offensive rebounds. But not many times you'll get a weekend sweep when you get one offensive rebound one game and two the next. But the Mustangs were out-rebounded, but when you make those many shots, it was a great weekend all around. Mustangs won 84-72 against UMary and beat Minot State 91-81. And also, Coach, not only were you able to shoot well from the field, but we talked about the free throw line. And knock on wood, obviously you want to continue to do that, but it's that ability to get to the line as well. You get 29 free throws, you make 26 on Saturday, and that's, you just look at the numbers. Good teams shoot a lot of free throws, obviously because they're winning usually late down the stretch. But I think that one stat you try to get to is you can attempt or make more than the opponent's attempt, you're going to have some success.
Yeah, and that's fortunately for us, we were up in both games, and they had a foul, and we made the free throws this time around. Early in the year, what was it against USF? We
Correct.
missed the free throws that allowed them to come back in the game and make it an interesting game. But that's just one of those ways of learning how to win. Finishing out ball games and making free throws is definitely key to that.
Well, again, we'll talk about the next game coming up this Saturday at the University of Sioux Falls, but let's take a look at the exciting highlights from last weekend up at the University of Mary in Bismarck. And the Mustangs here start with the basketball. They're in the dark uniform, and we got to slow it down this week for us to kind of explain some of the plays we have here, but there's a fadeaway by Carter Kirk.
You see Cole getting action to the rim early. When he gets a couple easy buckets, similar to Joy, when they get a couple easy buckets, then they can turn around and make shots like this where that's a difficult shot, but once the ball goes in the hole, there we go. And next play up, we see they're defending the ball screen a little bit differently, trying to take it away from us. So just using the spacing, having Mitch attack and finish. Right here you see Drew Osmussen just putting those defenders on ice skates. He was really good this weekend, just getting action to the rim, getting paint touches, and then finding those open shooters.
Again, the Mustangs shot 60% in this opening half, built a 40-39 lead, led for much of the first half, but Mary was able to stay close with the Mustangs here as we continue on in this first half. There's a nice 15-footer there. Minders pulling up. Again, Travis with 8 points in the game, 3 of 6 from the field, 2 of 5 from three-point range. Bartlett finding that lane and goes up strong.
Good ball movement. We all thought he was actually going to put that down with the dunk, but again, right here, get those easy buckets early on, and then Joey feels that confidence from the three-point range.
Again, Bartlett, 24 points, second highest output for him this afternoon, or this game.
Again, just Travis being that shooter right there, catching, letting it go. Cole Martin with a nice steal, getting in the passing angle, passing lanes, and he's had quite a few of those dunks this year like that.
Mustangs do not get a lot of steals. That's just one of the 5 they had in the combined 2 games this weekend. But again, good defense creates the opportunities on the other end. There's Minders with the 3. And then you're going to see Carter Kirk and Mitch Wegg go to work here.
And that's way by Travis, just to create that opportunity for Carter. That's something we need to do a little bit more, is getting Carter and Mitch some of those easy scoring opportunities where they get dump downs. I think our guards could find them a little bit better. Right here you have Cole just driving, drawing, and Joey knocking down the open 3.
Moving now to the second half. Again, the Mustangs led by a point, 40-39 at halftime. Mary shot 50%, shot very high percentage in the opening half. Open up here, we've got MJ Delmore with the big 3. MJ, 12 points, couple of threes tonight.
And this is when Cole starts making plays like this, you know he's in a good rhythm. And we felt he was kind of in that rhythm all weekend long. Right here, just a little play to get Joey a post touch, good patience, and that's a way to go over the smaller defender.
SMSU in the second half, 16 of 23 from the field. There's a 3-pointer made. 7 of 11 from behind the arc, 69.6% shooting, and there's a good reason why right there. A nice take by Osmondson.
And you see the two Mary defenders actually collide on that play. Again, just good play. Joey Bartlett right there. Again, he got in rhythm, and we've seen what he could do early in the year when he can get in rhythm. He's really a dangerous threat on the floor.
Mustangs kind of taking control now. Went up by 13 points in the first 8 minutes of that second half. Here's some good spacing by the Mustangs. Again, draw the defender and the 3 from the corner. And you just see, Coach, you look at your bench there. They're just into it, and that's key to having some just team bonding and unity, and it's just key to have a good bench. Those guys are excited for their teammates.
Well, and I kind of catch your sarcasm there because we only have one of our red shirts. We left the other red shirts home. It was finals week, and it was important that they finish high on the academic side of things.
But they are engaged because everybody's going to get a chance to play. There's a nice take and a hoop for Mitch Weg. And then continuing on here is Martin driving, kicking out. And Drew doesn't take a lot of them, but connects on that 3.
He does. And, again, a lot of our action, and it's kind of, I can't repeat ourselves, but, man, our guys are doing a great job of finding each other, driving and drawing too. As we finish here, you're going to see Turner Mullen with a big 3. This actually really kind of sealed the game right there in many ways. MJ Delmore, you're going to see him with this nice little up and under scoop move here, changing speeds, changing directions. Great finish by the young point guard.
Yeah, Mustangs, that lead was down to 7. Mullen hits the 3, gets it back to double digits there, and then we see here the last couple of highlights. There was the last highlight there, Osmondson with the take, and the Mustangs get the victory, 91 or 84 to 72. Looking at the other game. But they get the win, and again, not an easy place to play, Coach. First time we've won there since 2008. They've had some very good teams there. Last year beat the Mustangs, and we had to play them in the conference tournament as well. So great to see the Mustangs pick up a road win on Friday night. The next night, Mustangs had to go to Minot State, a team, again, that has won at UMary, played Northern State, very tough, and a lot different environment. You saw there in the highlights, a smaller gymnasium, and in Bismarck, you go to Minot, and they're in a dome, basically, is what they call it, and it seats get up to 10,000 people, and it's a little bit different shooting environment. Is that difficult, or once you get a shooter on, I suppose that helps, but it is a little bit different, I suppose, for the guys.
Oh, it just kind of depends on how you look at it. I think our guys have played in quite a few different venues, and the Mary facilities is smaller, but man, that is a loud gym. When they pack that in there, I'm sure that's a great a crowd advantage, home court advantage. The Dome over in Minot, it's different. It's an older setting. You kind of walk in there, it's kind of that classic arena feel. It's a fun environment to play in, and I think our guys stepped up to that challenge.
Well, it was fun to see the Mustangs play. They put up 91 points and earning that 91-81 victory. We're going to go to the computer and check out the highlights for this ball game in Minot. And things a little bit faster, a little bit colder up there toward Canada, so the highlights a little bit faster. But nice shot there off at the bat by MJ Delmore.
Again, just always important to try to get Joey some early touches. They went with a double here. Carter with a nice shot fake up and under finish.
Southwest shooting 45% in this opening half, 13 of 29, much exact same numbers actually as Minot State. But the Mustangs made a couple of more three-pointers, and that was why they had a 6-point lead at half.
It was good, and it was a pretty good half. Both teams kind of made shots, pretty good play.
Tough hit again by Cole Martin. You talked about when he's feeling it, and that's the shot. You kind of live or die by it. When he's making it, it makes us a very, very strong squad. And there's a 3 in the corner by Bartlett.
Here you see Mitch Weg just sealing the offensive rebound, gets fouled on the putback, and it's little things like that that allows the player to get back into the rhythm. In transition right here, you're going to see Joey Bartlett just kind of spotting up in the corner wide open. Cole finds him for the skip, and Joey buries the 3.
And then Cole Martin says, if you can do that, I'm going to try it myself. Top of the screen here.
And Drew with a nice find. Cole fades to the corner, knocks down the open three.
Again, Miners, a nice stat line, 7 points, 2 of 3 shooting, and his 1 2-point field goal. Here it is, driving to the rack.
Good finish, good balance. He was actually a play designed for him to shoot the three there, but the defense took that away, and he made the counter. Great pass by Travis for a cutting Turner Moan.
And then Minders adds to his total with another basket here, followed up by a hoop by Drew Osmondson. But great to see Travis not only just shooting the three-pointer, he can get inside as well and get to the rack.
Nice little cut by Drew. Mitch just finds him for the reverse layup.
And then we come up here late in the ball game. Moen gets a pass from Osmondson, goes down and scores. This is about 45 seconds to go. And then following a Minot free throw, Mustangs have just a few seconds here, and right before the half, great play by Osmondson.
And Drew gets the handoff, and just great little take there, little floater over the defense.
That gave the Mustangs a 38-32 halftime lead. We're moving out of the second half, and off the bat, Turner Moen with the layup for 2 points.
And then off the transition, Turner finds MJ Delmore spotting up in the corner. MJ's that three-point shooting from the point guard spot has really opened up the floor for us, and that's just another example.
That three-pointer gave the Mustangs a 43-34 lead, their largest lead for most of the second half. Mustangs did get a 10-point lead later on, but gave a few possession lead. Mustangs never trailed in the second half. Minot did get it down to 1, but the Mustangs able to counter, and Mitch Wegg here with that basket.
Right here you're going to see Drew Osmondson with a nice change of speed, change of direction, goes to that reverse layup. Yeah, that three-point shooting, when you got three-point shooters, they got to guard that three-point line. Sometimes that's going to open up some driving lanes for Drew, for some of the other guys. Carter Kirk right here, good finds cutting Mitch Wegg to the middle of the paint for an and-one.
Mustangs able just to keep that ball inbounds and able to get the three-point play. And again, Mitch Wegg 12 of 12 from the line, and he finished with a game-high 22 points.
This is the big difference right there is he's going towards the rim on that action. In the first half, he was fading a little bit, playing a little finesse. We challenged him at halftime, and boy, did he bounce back from that challenge.
Nate Hewitt with the steal, and MJ Delmore will cap off the possession with a floater in the lane. Again, the Mustangs maintain the lead, got it up to 10 points. Midway through the second half, Minot made a charge, got it down to 3 on a couple of occasions, but the Mustangs were able to answer.
This next play, just great ball movement. Cole to Mitch, gets fouled.
Sometimes those aren't going to show up on the stats, coach, but great ball rotation. I mean, that's basically an assist. It leads to a couple of free throws, and that's just great to see. And again, more action to the rim there by the Mustangs, and one.
Drew really was able to keep his dribble alive, and that's just another great example of him keeping the dribble alive, keeping the pressure on the defense. Something Bernard Birch mastered later on in his career, and it looks like Drew is starting to pick up where Bernard left off on some of those ball handling attacks.
There's Wegg with the 14-foot floater. Osmondson, 11 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds in this ball game. Hewitt, drive and kick. That's what you need, Nate. He had 3 assists, no turnovers this weekend. That's great to see if he's going to play about 10 minutes a game.
And he comes in, he plays great defense. He keeps it simple on the offensive ends. He gets the spots on the floor offensively. And as we saw versus Mary, he had a couple assists back-to-back. Right there, he had one to MJ. Right there's another example of MJ just being able to finish out possessions, finish out games. And our point guard play, again, it's been outstanding this weekend. You see Travis Miners finding Cole for a pick and roll.
There's MJ down the lane, kind of sealing it for the Mustangs.
And then you have Martin here going to get a last dunk on last play of the highlights.
Nice way to finish it for Southwest. They get the win, go to 8-3 overall and 4-1 in conference play, which is obviously the most important thing. You go on the road and get the wins that you need. It continues up this weekend, though, Coach. University of Sioux Falls, kind of a quirk in the scheduling. We played these guys less than 3 weeks ago. It was at home on a Tuesday night. The Mustangs win. They were up by 19 points in the second half. USF made a nice comeback. Mustangs hold on to win 72-68. Let's talk about the Cougars. They had a nice win on Saturday against University of Mary and playing at home, and to be a nice way to wrap up this first half of the season, so to speak, going into the Christmas break.
And they're always a scary team when you go over there. They're for whatever reason, they just have a lot more confidence at home. They make shots. They're different with different energy level, and so it'll be a challenge going in on Saturday. We'll have to be expecting, I'm sure they're going to press us a little bit, maybe throw some different types of zones at us or different defenses to try to keep us off balance, and we're just going to have to be able to not only adjust to their defense, but then on our defensive end, we have to be better. We gave them a lot of easy looks late in the game. We have to contain dribble penetration. Charles Ward's a talented player, especially driving to his right.
Yes, it should be a fun one on Saturday afternoon. It's a 4 o'clock start down in Sioux Falls on December the 20th. The Mustangs will then have off, mandated, 7 days around the Christmas break, and then come back, kind of talk about how that works and when do you guys come back before the January 2nd and 3rd games at home.
Yeah, we'll finish that game up versus USF on Saturday, and then they have a 7-day window where they can kind of do whatever they want. When that kind of gets closed up, we'll come back, and it's that normal routine. We'll go 2-a-days, slowly develop into the 2-a-days, and then we'll play, Wayne and Augie coming out of break. I think that's at home as well.
Correct.
So we'll have to be ready. When we come out of break, we have 3 weekends that are pretty challenging, and we're going to be tested, and we're going to see how this team adjusts to those challenges.
Yeah, it should be a very exciting week for the Mustangs. Again, they're trying to get this one on Saturday. That's the most important one game at a time. Saturday afternoon, 4 o'clock versus the University of Sioux Falls down in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. For the head coach, Brad Bigler, I'm Kelly Loft. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Mustang Basketball. Have a great holiday season. We'll see you after the new year here at Mustang Basketball with Brad Bigler. Go Mustangs!